Hello, welcome back to the Grape Explorer. Right now I'm doing a series of quizzes based on the colour of wine. I've just done white wine and now I'm on to rosé wine. And I have to say, as someone who doesn't drink a lot of rosé wine, I've actually gone out and learnt quite a bit about what's in my glass and various styles around the world. So it's been really beneficial to learn that little bit more about rosé wine. I wasn't even sure I could come up with 10 questions, but 10 questions I have for you. So let's get straight on to question number 1. The largest rosé production in the United States is dedicated to what? Is it A, Cabernet Franc as the base grape? Is it B, White Zinfandel? Is it C, a Tempranillo Garnacha blend? Or is it D, a Syrah Grenache blend? I have to say this is something that I have had very infrequently. We did a rosé night in my wine tasting once and I had a glass of this and it just didn't really agree with me. The answer is B, it's White Zinfandel. How did you get on with that one? Are you off to a good start? Question 2 is a winemaking process question. In Champagne, rosé champagne is more often made by blending rather than maceration. Is this true or is this false? Blending, of course, would be taking the white wine and the red wine and putting them together, and maceration would be allowing certain of the skin contact with the black grapes to give the colour to the wines. Interestingly, in Champagne, blending is very much permitted, and the answer here is A, it's true. Question 3, staying in France. In the Loire, Rose Anjou is predominantly made from which grape? Is it A, Cabernet Franc? Is it B, Gamay? Is it C, Cabernet Sauvignon? Or is it D, Grolier? Perhaps a bit of a trickier one that you might have done if you were a WSET student. I certainly got this question when I was doing one of my exams. The answer here is D, it's Grolier. Question number 4, we're actually going to be staying in the Loire Valley. Sancerre Rosé must be made from which grape? Is it A, Pinot Noir? B, Gamay, C, Pinot Meunier, or D, Grolier? Now, Grolier was the answer to the last question, so could it possibly be the answer to this question? It's not. The answer here is A, it's Pinot Noir. Staying in France, we will move on to other countries later, I promise. In the south of France, which grapes are popularly used in rosé wines? Is it A, Merlot and Cabernet Sauvignon? Is it B, Cabernet Franc and Gamay? Is it C, Grenache and Cinsault? Or is it D, Malbec and Tannet? Cool, that would be a heavy going one, wouldn't it? D. Might have given away that D's not the right answer. South of France, of course, we're starting to look at the southern Rhone areas, perhaps into the south of France. That might give you an indicator as to where to go with this one. The answer is C, it's Grenache and Cinsault. Question number 6 then. Blanc de Noir is a term popularly used by which country for its rosé wines? Is it A, Australia? Is it B, South Africa? Is it C, New Zealand? Or is it D, USA? Now, interestingly, I think here, Blanc de Noir is something that I would associate with something in more of a sparkling variety because it means white from black. And of course, rosé wine isn't white from black. It's, in most cases, a black grape where there's been some maceration. So the name is something of a misindicator, if you like. But it is a popular term in South Africa. And the answer here is B, South Africa. Question 7 then, and just showing that rosé is made in lots of different countries around the world. What phrase is used to describe darker rosé wines in Italy? Is it A, Rosato? Is it B, Rosso? Is it C, Chiaretto? Or is it D, Tinto? This is an example of something that I didn't know beforehand, but now I do. The answer here is C, it's Chiaretto. Question number 8 then, and all you rosé drinkers are probably going to get this one straight away. A warm climate rosé wine might display which aromas? Would it be A, raspberry and cherry? Is it B, red currant and cranberry? Is it C, melon and strawberry? Or is it D, celery and rose petal? Never had a wine, with celery and rose petal aromas, at least not at the same time. But actually I would associate that with being a little bit greener, a little bit cooler. And here of course we're talking about a warmer climate. The correct answer here, and that is subjective I suppose, but the correct answer here, as I've taken it from the text, is A, it's raspberry and cherry. The others for me are cooler climate type of aromas, although if you disagree, please let me know in the comments section below. Moving on to question 9 then, and some of the terminology you might find in rosé wines. What is a common term used for a very light rosé wine? Is it A, vin lumière? Is it B, vin pale? Is it C, vin rouge? Or is it D, vin gris? Again, something until today I didn't actually know, so I've had to make up a few of these answers, of course. I don't think vin lumière or vin pale are particularly good answers actually, and you can tell I've made them up. The correct answer here is D, it is vin gris, which translates as grey wine. I'm not really sure why. And finally, question 10, bit more of a pop culture question really. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie famously own which rosé producer? Is it A, Mateus? Is it B, Chateau de Clan? Is it C, Miraval? Or is it D, Clos Mirial? All of these producers are producers of rosé wine. So it comes down to how good is your pop culture knowledge, and have you had their rosé and what do you think about it? The answer is C, it's Miraval. Let's hope you got the last one right. 10 questions on rosé wine then. How did you get on? Let me know in the comments section below. Please also be suggesting what you'd like to see on these wine quizzes, what you'd like to be tested on. There's one more quiz to go in the colour trilogy. That's red, that's coming up very soon. But for now, I will say cheers, all the best. I'm the Grape Explorer. See you soon.